Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. The Devils with a huge victory against the Islanders tonight. They won 4-0, shutting out the New York Islanders. Both teams are neck and neck trying to get one of those last playoff spots, and the Devils win in a thrilling fashion and have that 4-point swing over the Islanders. This was a huge game. Coming into this game, I wasn't expecting too much. The Islanders are a team that, like us, have been inconsistent this whole year. We've seen them go on swings where they lose 5 games, they win 6 games, they lose the next couple of games. So they haven't been a consistent team, but they were a veteran team. They have a good sense of depth throughout the lineup, and they're a team that on a nightly basis you have to watch the way you play. And with the Devils pulling that stinker last night, that absolutely pathetic game against the Ottawa Senators, they had the 2-1 lead in that game. They had it to start that second period, and they let their foot off the gas and just let it go. And the Ottawa Senators capitalized on the Devils' mistakes, which there was a lot of, and they were able to win that game. So that's a game where you look at it, you're like, damn, those points we needed. We needed these points to close out the rest of the series and get that much closer to a wild card spot or one of the last playoff spots, or to squeak into a spot in general where they can be in the playoffs. But that's what sucks. They have to stop playing games like that. This is crunch time. They have to start winning these games outright. They have to go on a streak and not lose that many games to close out the year. So if they can continue to play like they did against the Islanders, the Devils have a glimmer of hope to try to push for a playoff spot. So in this video, I want to talk about the game and talk about the road ahead in the Devils and can they possibly make the playoffs this year. So stay with me throughout. So the New Jersey Devils beat the New York Islanders 4-0. They move within 5 points out of the second wild card spot. So just imagine what they could be that much closer if they would have won that game against the Ottawa Senators last night. The Tampa Bay Lightning had the first wild card spot. They have 85 points. They played 71 games. The Capitals have 79 points. They're in the second wild card spot. They played 70 games. The Detroit Red Wings have 78 points. They played 71 games. The New York Islanders have 75 points. They played in 71 games. And the Devils have 74 points. They played in 72 games. So the Devils did play more games than those teams. The other teams have a couple of games in hand, whether it's 1 or 2 games. So that's going to come very crucial to those teams trying to push for a playoff spot. So all those teams have the possibility to try to get one of those final playoff spots. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, as those teams too have been inconsistent throughout the year. So we'll see how they have to close out the year. But looking at what the Devils have going ahead, they have the Toronto Maple Leafs next. They have the Buffalo Sabres. They have the Penguins and the Rangers back-to-back. Those are 2 games that are going to be really tough for us to play. We haven't been good in back-to-backs this year, and we have the Penguins and then the Rangers on the second game. So that's going to be a tough one, especially coming off what happened on the last game against the New York Rangers. It was another game where the Devils just couldn't match the Rangers, and we had that whole fiasco with Rempe, getting suspended against that hit with Jonas Siegenthaler. So Rempe says he's going to go against McDermott, so we'll have to wait and see. That's going to be one of those games where it's going to be an absolute bloodbath between those 2 teams. Then you have the Senators, you have the Nashville Predators, you have the Toronto Maple Leafs, again, the Philadelphia Flyers, and the New York Islanders. So we played the Toronto Maple Leafs 3 times in the final couple of games. We have a back-to-back with the Penguins and the Rangers. We have the Flyers and the Islanders. So those are games where we have to win. We need those 4-point swings with those teams especially. So it's going to be tough to close out the year, but those games are manageable. So we'll have to wait to see what happens with those games. But, right now the team's clicking. Timo Meier in these past 12 games has looked sensational out there. And again, played really well tonight. He opened the scoring on the first goal. Jack Hughes with a beautiful pass. I believe it was on the power play to Timo Meier, was on the side of the net, just tipped it in. Beautiful goal. That's what we needed more of. More of Timo in front of the net on the power play, and now we're starting to see it under Travis Green. And the second goal, Jack Hughes on a 2-on-1, ripped the shot past the goaltender, scored. He had a goal and an assist tonight, and congratulations on Jack Hughes playing in his 300th NHL game. The third goal went to Alexander Holtz. Beautiful pass from Shimon Nemitz to Alexander Holtz, who one-timed it in, his 16th goal of the year. And, congratulations to Alexander Holtz, too. He played in his 100th game, and Chris Tierney got the empty net. So, Devils played great tonight. Kaapo Kähkönen was sensational in net, making some huge stops for us. The power play was clicking. All lines were working, and just everybody was playing out there. They had that sense of urgency where they had to get this win, and that's what they have to do going ahead. They have to just put those excuses behind them, because every game we lose, and it's one of those victories where you're so mad watching them throw these points away, throw these games away, and you're watching these post-game press conferences, and you're like listening to these excuses, and it's been the same ones that we've been hearing since the beginning of the season. And you figure by now you'd have this sorted out, but still, the inconsistencies are there, the defensive mistakes are there. You know, they're letting these guys in front of the net wide open. You know, they're just loss of coverage, and, you know, we're seeing that from game to game. So hopefully these remaining games they can tighten it up and continue to play like they did tonight, because they looked really good out there. And, you know, we need our stars to continue to click. I like the way they've been playing, so we'll see what happens. You know, it's going to be a tough closeout to this year, but at least with this victory tonight, Devils fans get a sense of hope that there is still potential out there that they could win. You know, the schedule has to go in our favor for other teams as well. They have to lose, so it's tough this time of year. This is when you think of all those games where they should have won. They let those points go, and this is when you needed those, even 1 point that you let go of those games. So we'll see what happens, but, you know, a lot of games to look forward to left. We'll see what happens with the Devils. So comment below. What do you think about this game tonight? What do you think about the last game against the Senators? Comment below and let me know. Do you think the Devils have a chance to make the playoffs this year? I know it's a slim chance, but still a chance there. But comment below and let me know. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash the like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Hockey Skate Down. It's free, and join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.